Yeah, everybody is excited, and it's definitely something that is very highly anticipated. So
I saw the other day with Alex Eala, yeah, that's been a talk, and which is understandable. There's some players coming from respective countries, like she's coming from Philippines, which is now a big deal. She's been the biggest ever, tennis player from that country, which is a big country, and there's a big interest.
athletes, really. So it's great to. It would be great to have her
Novak
back.
Djokovic has finally reached his breaking point when a player who has spent decades battling on the biggest stages tennis has to offer. A man who has faced the most high-pressure situations in the sport's history without ever backing down decides to speak openly about something happening outside the court. The whole world stops and listens, because this is not just another random voice giving an opinion. This is not a commentator or a social media influencer sharing thoughts. This is Novak Djokovic, and right now he is facing Oprah Winfrey directly, refusing to hold back even a single word. Before I get into exactly what Djokovic said and how Oprah Winfrey responded, it is important that you understand the full background of what is happening here. This situation is much bigger than just two famous people having a disagreement. At the heart of this story is a young woman named Alex Eala, a Filipino tennis star who has taken the WTA Tour by storm. Her presence at Indian Wells has created huge excitement across the entire tennis community, and her journey to this moment is easily one of the most inspiring stories the sport has witnessed in a long time. Eala is far more than just another talented youngster rising through the rankings. She is a true phenomenon. She is a powerful message. She stands as living proof that tennis belongs to everyone in the world, and that true greatness does not depend on borders, nationality, or any specific look. Her Filipino supporters understood this long before the rest of the world noticed. These are people who backed Eala from the beginning, fans who traveled thousands of miles from the Philippines to the United States just to stand in the stands and cheer loudly for their champion. That kind of dedication is truly beautiful. That level of loyalty represents exactly what sports should be about. And when Oprah Winfrey made racial remarks directed at Alex Eala and at those very same fans, she did not simply insult one player. She attacked an entire community whose only crime was showing their love and pride for their champion in an open and passionate way.
I think Paula Deen was used as sort of like a symbol, but I think lots of people use that word inappropriately all the time.
That was the moment when Djokovic chose to step in. That was when the greatest champion of his era decided that remaining quiet was no longer an option. During a recent press conference, when Djokovic was asked about the comments Winfrey had made, he gave an answer that was both sharp and deeply thoughtful. His response carried a much stronger message than any heated shouting match ever could. He did not raise his voice. He stayed completely calm. And most powerfully of all, he did not even give Oprah Winfrey the respect of saying her name out loud. He simply addressed the comments themselves and made it crystal clear that such words have no place in the world of tennis. He said that Alex Eala is currently one of the most anticipated players arriving at Indian Wells, and that remarks like those make absolutely no sense to him, because they have nothing to do with the reality of who Eala is or what she has achieved in her career. Yes, everyone is excited and...
Yeah, everybody is excited, and it's definitely something that is very highly anticipated.
And then Djokovic went even further. He stated clearly that people who make these kinds of statements must understand that tennis is not their territory. This is not their battlefield. This is not a place where their uninformed and racially motivated opinions carry any real weight or power. And when someone uses a huge influence of their platform to attack a top athlete who has worked extremely hard for every success she has earned, they should expect to be challenged openly, publicly, and without any hesitation. This is a quality the world has come to know in Novak Djokovic after watching him compete at the highest level for decades. He is not someone who softens difficult truths with soft words when something is clearly wrong. He confronts it straight on. He says exactly what needs to be said, and then continues forward. And the decision not to speak Oprah Winfrey's name during that press conference may have been the strongest statement of all. It showed that in any serious conversation about Alex Eala's greatness and her place in tennis history, Oprah Winfrey's opinion simply does not deserve any recognition or importance. Now, let's look at how Oprah Winfrey has handled this situation, because her response has been just as revealing as her original comments. Any fair-minded person following the story might have expected her to stop, reflect seriously on the harm her words caused, and offer a genuine apology, not only to Alex Eala, but also to Filipino fans who were specifically targeted, and to the entire community that was made to feel unwelcome in a sport their champion is helping to transform for the better.
You know, you see those fools on Twitter. Sometimes they say some of these ridiculous things, but nobody in their right mind is going to do that to my face.
But that is not what happened. Instead of taking responsibility, Winfrey chose to avoid it completely. She claimed that comments like these are completely normal. She insisted that everyone says such things, and that there was nothing wrong with what she had said. She showed no remorse. She showed no understanding or compassion. She refused to accept the real hurt her words caused to actual people. And then she went on the offensive. She started pushing back against everyone who dared to speak out against her, from regular fans expressing disappointment on social media to legendary athletes who addressed the issue during press conferences. She even made the surprising claim that people like Novak Djokovic do not have the courage to confront her directly in person, saying that the criticism directed at her could never be said to her face. But Djokovic did not say any of this on social media. He said it during a formal press conference on the record, with his full name, reputation, and entire career standing behind every word. So that particular claim does not just fail, it collapses entirely. And the fact that she has turned this matter into a personal conflict instead of simply accepting her mistake reveals exactly what her real priorities are. Djokovic's support for Alex Eala and his belief in her success go far deeper than this one event. He has been one of her most consistent and strongest supporters in the tennis world for a long time. He has said publicly on earlier occasions that Alex Eala is the greatest tennis talent ever to emerge in the Philippines, and that her appearance on the biggest stages of the WTA Tour clearly shows her extraordinary courage, her unbreakable strength, and her total refusal to let anyone or anything stop her from achieving what she believes she can. He has spoken passionately about how Eala, through nothing but pure hard work and total commitment, has placed the Philippines on the world tennis map in a way that will be remembered in the sport for many generations to come. And he has been very clear that her pride in her Filipino roots is something that should be celebrated at every chance, not something to be ridiculed, diminished, or turned into a target for racial remarks by media personalities who have never even held a tennis racket. And Djokovic is not the only one standing with Alex Eala right now. Rafael Nadal, another all-time great and one of the most respected players in tennis history, has also provided constant encouragement and support throughout Eala's journey. When two of the most successful champions a sport has ever seen are backing you, when men who have won everything possible in tennis see something in you worth defending and honoring, that says something very deep about Alex Eala that no racial remark and no media storm can ever erase. Former world number one Kim Clijsters has also recently entered the discussion, and her perspective adds an important layer to everything that has been said. Clijsters, who knows from personal experience what it takes to survive and succeed in the toughest conditions professional tennis can offer, spoke with real admiration about everything Eala has accomplished. She highlighted the extremely competitive environment that has shaped Eala's growth and the extraordinary level of dedication that environment has demanded from her every single day. That non-stop commitment, Clijsters pointed out, is the true foundation behind all of Eala's recent achievements on the WTA Tour. But Clijsters also made a point that connects directly to what Djokovic has been saying. She made it clear that, despite all of Eala's greatness, she still needs protection. She needs the people who genuinely care about the sport and about her as a person to speak out against the negative attacks being directed toward her. Djokovic heard that message and acted on it immediately. Beyond speaking out against Winfrey's comments, Djokovic has taken concrete steps to support Eala's experience as a top-level competitor. He raised his voice at the Australian Open, speaking directly to the WTA about the urgent need to manage Eala's schedule and court assignments in a way that properly honors the level of her stardom. He urged the tour to place her on courts where her fans can completely fill the stands, where the atmosphere matches the importance of what she is achieving, and where she can feel truly appreciated in the way her incredible talent deserves. And through all of this, Alex Eala herself has responded with a level of grace that is truly impressive. In a recent interview, she chose not to say even one negative word about anyone who has criticized her. She explained that she prefers to see everything from a positive point of view. She said that even when she is treated unfairly, even when people with massive platforms target her, she will not allow that negativity to control how she lives her life.